So good evening, everybody, and the tone has already been set by Mr. Singhania. We are discussing the fabric of India. It's a very, very relevant topic in today's time also, because worldwide there's been a sense of turbulence, especially ever since Donald Trump has started his tariff wars. So when we talk about strength and sustainability, and we have a person heading a legacy which is 100 years old, started out, like you pointed out, selling blankets to the British Army.
To the Indian Army. To the Indian Army.
Yeah.
The British Army then.
Yeah. So you're known by the tagline, the complete man. Now, once you have such a powerful tagline and a legacy, how difficult or how easy is it, Mr. Singhania, to sustain it and to strengthen it?
So firstly, thank you for having me here. Yes, I'm very happy to be leading the Raymond brand, but I strongly believe that the Raymond brand is a national asset. We treat it like a national asset, and India is proud to have this brand. They always say getting to the top is easy, staying there is more difficult. So when we get to the top, we have to be very careful with everything we do. We treat the brand with kid gloves. We're very conscious of what the brand stands for. I don't know if you know, it's the only brand in the world that goes 3,000 times in price point, which it goes from 300 rupees a meter to 10 lakh rupees a meter. There's no brand in the world that can do this. Even Nokia did Virtu, Toyota did Lexus. So we're very proud. What we say, the internal tagline was from the taxi driver to Mr. Tata, everybody wears Raymond. So yes, it's a difficult job keeping it where it is, being relevant to every segment of society. And we're very proud, and I'm personally very proud to be associated with this brand.
And you want to make India the textile hub of the international markets. In today's times, and especially ever since the advent of Donald Trump as the president of US, and he started this trade war, this tariff war, there's been a slight pause for 3 months, but we don't know what holds out in the near future. How difficult times are we living in today?
I don't think it's a difficult time. I think it's the most opportune time. You're not going to get a second time like this in your life.
You get an opportunity in the crisis.
Hugely. You always find an opportunity in a crisis. Only the pessimist will look at the crisis. The opportunist will, the optimist will look at the
But
opportunity.
you're exporting a lot of textiles to America, and if they increase the tariffs, it becomes difficult for you to sustain that model.
They will increase it more on China. They hate us less than they hate China. So we'll still stay one step ahead.
But the textile hubs today, and correct me if I'm wrong because you're the expert over here, a lot of branding is now happening in the hinterland of Bangladesh or Sri Lanka or Vietnam. Is that a big challenge for a country like India?
So let me explain to you. I don't know if you're familiar what the past was, but up to 20 years ago, there was something called the SSI, the small scale industry, and you were not allowed to set up garmenting capacities in this country unless they fit below 35 lakh rupees. We never grew as a garmenting nation. It's only over the last 20 years that we've grown as a garmenting nation. And we've had a lot of catch up to do. Now with the tariff war that's going on, if you're actually sitting in a boardroom in the US and you're looking at this madness, you're going to believe in a China plus one strategy. You have to do it as a prudent businessman. I mean, what's going to happen to Walmart today who buys 60% of its sales from China? It's in big trouble. And even if it came to India, we don't have the supply chain to do it today. So we have to build up the supply chain. We have to build up the capacities. And we've got to take a punt that there is an opportunity for India.
You mentioned in your address, Mr. Singhania, you talked about tradition and technology. There has to be a forward and a backward synergy. Is that something where we are lacking?
No, I think the companies, some of the companies that are exporting, like we export today, we are the third largest garment manufacturer in the world. And our desire is to become the largest garment manufacturer in the world. Technology is a very important part of it. Design is a very important part of it. All of it comes together. I mean, when people in my company come to me and say China this and China that, my first answer to them is, If you're complaining about so much about China, why are the customers buying from you? They see some value in you. That's why they're buying from you. You're obviously doing something right. Capitalize on that.
But why do the big corporates run away from the textile business? They start, they make a lot of money, they make a brand also. I'm talking about Reliance Group, they had the Vimal brand. Where has it gone? We don't know. Is there something innately problematic with the textile industry in India?
No. If I had to be candid on this, I think this industry is a very promoter-driven industry. And if the promoter is personally involved in it, there's a higher chance of it succeeding. And today, I think Raymond is the only brand where I, as a promoter, am involved. If you
It's
see,
not just about financial investment, it's about your personal investment.
because
Is that what you're hinting at?
eventually, it's about the product. Product is about design, creativity, and you've got to have a passion for the product. And somebody has to have the passion for a product. You can hire the best CFO, you can look at the numbers, but if you take any brand globally, individual brands, they've all been individually led. And I'll give you an example. If you take Versace, when Gianni Versace died,
Yeah.
the brand was finished. It never ever recovered. Armani has been trying to sell his business for 15 years, but the biggest key is that what happens if something happens to Giorgio Armani? Who's going to be there? So these things are important. Ralph Lauren is what it is. In our case, I'm very passionate about product. I don't know if you've seen our new chairman's collection. I think it's a globally path-breaking collection. I'm very proud of it. It's something unique to see. So, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Also, if we talk about tradition, and you spoke about Khadi and how Khadi played a big role in our independence struggle as well, it was used as a symbol by Mahatma Gandhi, and our current Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, has been promoting Khadi big time.
Yes.
But as a society and as a big business body, India Inc., is it really pushing Khadi to where it should be pushed to?
No, I don't think Khadi is going to where it needs to be pushed. We need to push it more.
We need to
We
do
need
that.
to push it more.
Yeah.
There's a whole ecosystem that has to change within Khadi. So we did launch Khadi in a very big way pre-COVID, but unfortunately the ecosystem could not keep pace with it. There's a lot of work that has to be done. And I believe in Khadi. I love Khadi products because they're all hand-woven and they're made by, it's a good cause, it's a good, the poor people do it, they make. And there's a lot of talent in there. Sometimes we see the products that come out from Khadi, they're beautiful. And today we have now started a full range of embroidery on silk and suedes. And we're trying to promote Indian art through fabrics. So for example, we're doing cotton embroideries, linen embroidery, all kinds of stuff. And we're trying to bring Indian artisan into the forefront. And if you actually see our collection, then you'll understand it. And I've been in Europe every month, and when I wear these clothes, the first reaction from me, wow, where did you get that from?
No. It's a very interesting thing that you pointed out. You go to Europe and people say, oh, this is what you're wearing, this is nice. But are we a nation of hypocrites? I'm using a very strong word, Mr. Singhania. We are aspirational. We are like coconuts. We are brown or black in color, but inside somewhere there is that aspiration. We want to be that typical Barra Sahab, that Angrez.
But there's
sort of a
1%
thing.
of that
And
everywhere in the world.
No, we'd rather wear suits, but we probably will have a decent kurta, and that is about it.
Yeah, but
We are
that's changing.
slightly embarrassed to wear our own traditional attire.
I think that is changing. That is changing in a very big way. People are more proud of wearing Indian ethnic wear. I certainly, when I'm abroad, I wear only Indian ethnic.
That's just for events in daily life.
No, daily life. I mean, I wear a lot of embroidery work. I think I am a brand ambassador of Indian products, and I'm very proud of
No,
it.
why I'm asking you this is the best of tea is in India. We grow the best tea. It's all exported. You talked about muslin. You gave that example. The Europeans, they go gaga over it. How many of the Indians are actually wearing it in India or promoting it, is my basic question. Is that a problem?
I don't think it's a problem. I think there's awareness. Now, if you see in the ethnic wear category, if you just take the ethnic wear, there's been a huge explosion in the last 5 years. And now it's going to be a train that started that's not going to stop. So these things, when they happen, there's a time and place for it, there's a supply chain issue, there's a design. Now you see everybody's coming to ethnic, including Raymond. And we're seeing a lot of traction in this. So are we wearing enough ethnic wear? Maybe in a city like Bombay you don't see it, but you go to the heartland of India, everybody's wearing kurta pajama the whole day. They wear kurta pajama to work.
One more thing. You talked about employment generation, and textile sector does provide a lot of employment, but employment is becoming a big bother in the country. Is this sector feeling the pinch in terms of retaining employees or creating more employment opportunities?
No, I don't think so. When we put up factories, we need people, we get people. I don't think there's any issue with that.
No, if I look at it in Mumbai, most of the textile mills have now converted themselves into big-time malls.
Because
the mills have closed.
That's for a different reason. Because if you see, most of the mills that you're referring to, including Raymond, were started in 1925. And because of our labor policies, you had to keep doing a negotiation and up the rates every 3 years, 4 years. So cities like Mumbai became uneconomical to manufacture. So manufacturing went into central India, to cheaper cost areas. In Mumbai, the real estate was the flavor, so real estate boomed. And it's just not economical to make fabrics with 50, 70, 80,000 rupees.
Is that also the reason that the Raymond Group under your leadership has also now ventured into realty sector?
Yes.
And the automotive sector?
Yes. So we are in the real estate space because we had land in Thane. We started with that. Now we're in the top 6, 7 real estate developers in Bombay because we've done our regular land, plus we're doing 7 JDA projects so far. So I think we built a solid real estate business. And it's really, the big question, because you're talking about brands, was that can you transfer the brand equity of a fabric company onto real estate?
That was my next question.
And that's
Will you be able to sustain that complete, that loyalty people have towards Raymond Fabric to Raymond Realty or automobiles?
So automobiles is under a different brand, but Raymond Realty today...
But the name is there, the legacy continues.
So we run the automotive business under JK, which is a different brand.
Yeah.
So Raymond Realty today is a very successful brand in Bombay. It's in the top 5 brands. In the markets that we operate, like Thane, we have 30% market share against every other builder. So I think the brand has got accepted in real estate. It was a risk we took, but we got a good reward out of it.
But you have that knack of taking risks, and I'll take you back about 3 decades.
3 decades.
Mr. Singhania, we've met
earlier
also, probably you wouldn't know, and this is Safdarjung Aerodrome, Safdarjung Airport, where there used to be those...
drag racing.
Yeah, I used to be one of those officials and used to come and ask me, am I taking the right curves and am I taking it to the right spirit? So you have a fancy for fast cars and also aircrafts. This risk-taking ability, has it held you in good stead in business as well?
See, there are no risks, there are no rewards. You might as well sit at home and go to sleep. Everybody who's been successful or wants to be successful has to take a calculated risk. Take an educated risk, take a calculated risk.
Calculated risk, or are you a gambler? You go with the gut feel also?
I am the head of 50,000 people that work for me. It does not give me the right to gamble.
And it runs in the family, does it?
Well,
this fascination for speed. So I believe the next generation is into equestrian and into horses and stuff.
Yeah, I'm very proud of her. She's going to do India proud. She will go to the Asian Games next year. And the dream is to take her to the Olympics. So she's touch wood, she's doing well in Europe. So I'm very proud.
You're proud of her. You're proud of the legacy. Hope you continue doing that. Thank you for being over here.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
Mr. Singhania. Thank you.
Thank you.